Redmi released the Turbo 3 last year, which later turned into the Poco F6 sold all over the world. So now for the Redmi Turbo 4, I'm sure Poco won't let go of this opportunity either. If you Google it, you will see that the renders of the suspected Poco X7 Pro look a lot like this Turbo 4. So now, let's check out this new phone released by Redmi. Maybe you guys will be able to buy this phone from Poco in the near future. Still, don't forget that this phone can be purchased from GeekWheels. If you want the first new mid-range phone of the 2025, this is the best place to buy it. The Turbo 4 also comes in the same box as the Note 14 series, but the accessories inside remain unchanged. The SIM pin, manual, and case are still the same as before. The charging cable is still USB A to C, the charger is 90 watt, and the port is still USB A. Nothing has changed. I have to say, the design of the Turbo 4 is my favorite, minimalist, shedding all unnecessary stuff. Look at the camera module, no 2 megapixel crappy macro camera. No complicated design. The design is not cheap at all, much like some $800 flagship phones. If you want to personalize it a bit more, the white version has a red line on the right side. There's also a ring-shaped LED strip in the camera module, which both light up as ambient light in games. It also means that the notification light is back. This version is the main color scheme of the Turbo 4, and it's also the one I recommend the most. The back cover material is 2.5D glass, the camera module is metal, but the frame is plastic as usual. Compared to the Turbo 3, which was all made of plastic, there are many improvements in this Turbo 4 already. The basics don't seem to be missing, such as IP68, NFC and IR blaster, and even the GPS is no longer single frequency. But some advanced features are missing, such as the headphone jack and wireless charging. Overall, the build quality of the Turbo 4 is much improved over the Turbo 3. For a mid-range device that puts all its budget into performance, Redmi has done more than enough on the looks. Why is this phone called Turbo? The answer is that it has the best performance in the mid-range category. The Turbo 4 uses MTK's latest Dimensity 8400 Ultra, which is a 4nm 8 P-core processor. The overall performance has surpassed Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and CPU performance is close to 8 Gen 3. Sounds great, but can it really outperform Snapdragon 8s Gen 3? Last year, the 8s Gen 3 had a very good reputation in the mid-range market. Will the Dimensity 8400 Ultra be able to overtake it again? Remember to subscribe to our channel, you will get the answer from our review soon. The screen specs are here. It looks familiar, doesn't it? Most of the Turbo 4's specs are the same as the K80 series, only the resolution will be slightly lower. Of course, due to cost limitations, the fingerprint can only be placed in the lower part of the screen and is not ultrasonic. The lower bezel control isn't that great either. As you've just seen, it only has 2 cameras, a 50 megapixel main camera and an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera. Obviously, the cameras are also the biggest victim of the cost control. One thing that has been a hallmark of all the new phones released recently is the incredibly large battery. The Turbo 4 has a large 6550 mAh battery and a wired charging power of 90 watts. At least when it comes to battery life and charging, the Turbo 4 doesn't disappoint for sure. When I got my hands on the Redmi Turbo 4, it struck me as a very typical mid-range phone that focuses on performance. Poor camera, strong processor, and average in other parts. The price, to be honest, didn't surprise me. A starting price of close to $280 is what I expected. It's worth buying, that's all. But if you need a mid-range phone that will last you a longer time, remember to check out GeekWheels. There are plenty of them there. I'm Will from Gizmochina, and we'll see you next time.